This is how my story began.
What is up, everybody? I'm the Retro Nerd, and welcome to an episode of Retro Night. And this time around, we are playing Spider-Man for the PS2. And this is, you know, Spider-Man connected to the first 3 Spider-Man films. Because I already played the Amazing Spider-Man games that are connected to the Amazing Spider-Man movies, which those ones are somewhat superior to these ones, especially this one in number 3. The number 2 was the first one that's like, hey, open world, look at us. But this one was still following the formula of the PlayStation 1 games, where they're like, well, you know, we kind of can't develop all that kind of stuff. It's like, or we just don't want to and spend all the money. So, hey, let's do it like they did with PlayStation 1, where you can't go on the ground, you can only stay on the top of the buildings. And yeah. So they decided to do that bullshit, and I mean, this game's cool in the sense that there is a code. It's either a code, or if you beat the whole game, which I've done before, but it was on the GameCube. It doesn't change the fact of what you get for, you know, beating this game. But you get to play as the Green Goblin, which is kind of sweet because you actually get to fly around on the glider. Now that's kind of cool. But I mean, you play, and if you go back and play as the Green Goblin through the whole, you know, story, he doesn't have his own like certain story. You just go through as the Green Goblin through Peter Parker's story. It's like, what? Which is kind of stupid, but hey, it's the fact that you get to play as the Green Goblin, which is awesome and cool all at the same time. So, but yeah, like I said, this game is really terrible. When I was playing it, I was like, oh my god, the fight mechanics suck. I mean, I had better time playing with Spider-Man 2, and that game I really liked a lot. I mean, this game is just like, oh my god, the camera is fucked up, like, and my movement is all fucked up. It's just like, it wasn't my controller, it's just like if I moved one way and I was like looking that direction, I press, like, let's say I'm looking forward and I press forward, for whatever reason he'll start walking backwards for whatever reason. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? So I was thinking to myself, it's like, how did I beat this game back when it was on GameCube? Let alone, how did I like not be like, oh, this is a shitty game? Well, around that time I was still blinded by the fact that I was like, it's Spider-Man. Hey, yeah. Now I'm a little more cautious about what games I play. And yes, I do enjoy the Amazing Spider-Man games, as I don't care if they got bad reviews. They're actually still pretty decent games. I mean, way better than this, way better than Spider-Man 3. You have to admit that. I mean, they're not going to be as good as, you know, let's say the PS1 games or Web of Shadows. And I've heard, you know, Shattered Dimensions is pretty good. I played through all that. I was thinking about playing through all the way through that for this month, and then I was like, nah, because around that time when I started thinking about playing it, I was like, well, I'm almost already through March, and you know, I can't really start playing that. And I was like, well, I kind of want to get through Justice League Heroes. So I was like, well, I'll just start playing Justice League Heroes because, well, it was a little shorter than, you know, Shattered Dimensions. So I was like, yeah, I'll just do that one. Because, you know, this month is, yeah, it's superhero month, and yeah, I'm playing some Marvel stuff too. But this month was really more like, I want to do some DC games. So yeah, so pretty much I just continued on with the X-Men Legends playthrough that I started like maybe a year ago or so, and you know, started playing that again. And then I was like, well, I can do some retro nights with like these other titles like Spider-Man and stuff like that, so why not? And so that's what pretty much makes up the Marvel stuff. And then DC, you know, I did Injustice, and now I'm doing Justice League Heroes, and then I got Justice League Task Force that I'm going to do as well. But I think I might save it for a Saturday morning video game, probably coming out next week. That way I can get another Saturday morning video game episode out for you, but I can also talk about the Justice League cartoon show and Super Friends as well. So, you know, gives me 2 shows to talk about with that fighting game. I mean, it should be technically it's clobbering time, but I don't want to do it's clobbering time where I'm just gonna rip into a game. So, because with it's clobbering time, I like to play some pretty decent fighting games that I'm actually pretty decent at. So, but in that, and I was like, well, this is close enough, I guess, to just, you know, Justice League cartoon style. You know, they're drawing a little cartoonish in that game. So. But yeah, I highly recommend not even bothering playing this game, regardless of Tobey Maguire playing Spider-Man and doing the voice acting for this game. I mean, he did it for all 3, but he's probably the worst Spider-Man I've seen so far. Yeah, I've seen Andrew Garfield. I liked him better, and we gotta see what this new kid's gonna do for Civil War as well. I can't wait, because they did the Spider-Man costume justice with the whole fact that Spidey's eyes actually do get bigger and smaller each time, expressing, you know, his expressions through his mask, just like how Deadpool was doing in the Deadpool movie. So I'm kind of happy for that. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, that's exactly how Spider-Man looks in the comics. Like when he's excited or shocked about something, his eyes get really big, or if he's thinking, his eyes like get a little smaller, like he's like trying to, you know, deduce something, be a detective like. But anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. This has been an episode of Retro Night, and we were playing Spider-Man for the PS2, and I highly not even recommend playing this game. Just skip right to Spider-Man 2 and have fun with that one, because it's open world. You can actually go down to the ground and interact with people. So yeah, don't play this one, go play Spider-Man 2. Retro Nerd out.
Sounds like the police are closing in. They can have whatever's left after I'm done.